Greetings everyone, I have not abandoned the channel, I've just been away for a little while. I was actually in France. I was in Paris and Lourdes, and then I went back to Paris. And actually my last 2 days in Paris I got sick, so then when I got back I was sick for a while. Still recovering, I mean I'm better now, but I'm not completely better. And what's happened? What have I missed? Well, obviously the Pope has finally come out of hospital, so that's good news. Although to be honest, he doesn't exactly look great. Like he hasn't come out of there rejuvenated, but he's out of there, and that's something I suppose. But I didn't want to talk to you about the Pope in this video. I want to talk to you about this old clip that I found on the internet. It's from a Q&A panel show in Australia that Peter Hitchens was involved in. It was a while back, and there was one question there that gave Peter Hitchens the opportunity to bring up Jesus. And the question was basically, what do you think is the most dangerous idea that if implemented could actually do something for the world, basically? Now before he answered, there's another guy on the panel called Dan something or other, who I don't really know, but I know he doesn't seem like a particularly classy guy, because I saw other parts of this show where he was saying some really crude things. He was saying things that actually were too crude for TV, you would think. Things that you can't actually say on television, on a show like this anyway. Maybe on some late evening thing you could say it, but not here. And he didn't get pulled up on any of it. And here, of course, he gave another stupid answer to the question. So let's take a quick listen to him.
The question comes from Lisa Malouf.
Which so-called dangerous idea do you each think would have the greatest potential to change the world for the better if it were implemented?
Dan, let's start with you.
Oh my
hard
God.
one. You got to give us a minute to think about that.
Population control. There's too many goddamn people on the planet.
You know, whenever somebody says that, whenever somebody says there are too many people on this planet, it does beg the obvious question, what the hell are you still doing here? I mean, if you genuinely think there are too many people on this planet, surely you should lead the way, lead by example. Make it -1. It might not be much of a difference, but it's a start. Maybe people will follow suit and do what you did. Oh, but of course it isn't you that's the problem, it's other people. You're fine, there are too many people, you're okay, you're not the one causing the problem, even though you are one of the people. It's some other people that shouldn't be here. Or better yet, it's the unborn people that are the problem. They are the ones that shouldn't be here. And he does get into that as well.
And I don't know if that's a... You know, I'm pro-choice. I believe that women should have the right to control their bodies. Sometimes in my darker moments, I'm anti-choice. I think abortion should be mandatory for about 30 years. That's a dangerous idea. She wanted a dangerous idea. So throw a chair at me.
So you can tell from his answer there, he's a bit of a douche, really. He says stupid things. Of course, we know that it was a bit tongue-in-cheek and he was going for the shock value of what he was saying, that abortion should be mandatory. He did say in his darker moments, he says abortion should be mandatory. However, I'm pretty sure that he would be quite happy with most women having abortions. So it probably isn't that far from the truth of what he actually thinks and feels. Anyway, Peter Hitchens did not bite. He could have, of course, responded to this, but he knew there wasn't really much point. Instead, he gave a different type of dangerous idea that if implemented properly, if people actually believed this idea around the world, would make a great change and have a positive effect on the world. And that idea is believing in Jesus.
Peter.
The most dangerous idea in human history and philosophy remains the belief that Jesus Christ was the Son of God and rose from the dead. And that is the most dangerous idea you will ever encounter.
I have to agree with that. Just quickly, I think you can't really leave it there. Why dangerous?
I can't really leave it there because it alters the whole of human behavior and all our responsibilities. It turns the universe from a meaningless chaos into a designed place in which there is justice and there is hope. And therefore, we all have a duty to discover the nature of that justice and work towards that hope. It alters us all. If we reject it, it alters us all as well. It is incredibly dangerous. It's why so many people turn against it.
So there you go. A real contrast there between human beings. It's a shame, actually, because I've tried to get Peter Hitchens on to chat here on this channel. And I almost did it. Like, we were kind of in the process of agreeing when to do it, and then he sort of vanished on me. He stopped responding, and I wrote to him again and said, "Are you okay? Perhaps you let me know what is good for you." And he just sort of suddenly just stopped replying. I don't know what happened. I don't know whether I said something that offended him, because I wanted to talk to him obviously about his faith, because he's a Christian, but also about his brother, who was very much not a Christian and spent a lot of his life arguing against Christianity. And I was curious to know what happened. Like, how did it happen that they went these two different ways eventually? Because at one time they were both atheists. I wonder if he was as militant as his brother. So that's something I was going to ask him, and maybe I still will if I can get him on. And then I was curious to know, like, how come he went this way and actually found faith, and then his brother, as far as we know, did not find his faith. But anyway, folks, let me know what you think of this clip, what you think of the first guy's response, and then what you think of Peter Hitchens' response. Do subscribe and leave a like if you enjoyed the video. It does help the video. Thank you very much for watching, and have a blessed day.